Satranic Panic by Alice Mayo McKay. This is a B horror movie. It is available on Shudder, but you can pick up this physical copy now in a 2-pack with Carnage for Christmas and on Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. This was like, I think maybe $20-30. There's only going to be 1,000 produced, and at the time of purchase there was only like a couple hundred left. I think it was like the 400 to 500 range. I don't know when this actually came out on Blu-ray, so by now that might be gone or mostly gone. I would highly recommend picking it up before you miss out, because this is incredible. Spoiler alert. This movie's incredible. This is a fantastic movie. I have not watched Carnage for Christmas yet, I will say that, so I'm only going to be talking about the one movie in this fun little 2-pack movie. But Satranic Panic was a great movie. If you like B-movie horror movies especially, but that B-movie kind of low-budget vibe, this is great. I did a video not too long ago on the Castration movie. I mean, I've also talked about like Ed Wood and his movies and John Waters and his movies. If you like stuff like that, this is like the modern day of that. I know Castration's a new movie, but aside from that, this is like that, but a horror movie. It's absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend watching it. It's absolutely worth a watch. Go watch this immediately. Again, it's on Shudder. Now the recommendations out the way, let's actually discuss the movie. By Alice Mayo McKay, starring Cassie Hamilton, Zarif, Lisa Fanto, and Chris Asimo. They're all doing a great job. I'm not sure if this or the T-Blockers review is going to come out first, but I did mention in the T-Blockers review, and I'll mention again here, Lisa Fanto is doing an incredible job. She is probably my favorite part of both movies, although she's playing a very similar character in both movies. Not exactly the same, obviously, but a similar character. She's probably my favorite part of both movies, doing a great job. Really hope to see more from her in the future. But again, the rest of the cast is also doing a very good job. Casey Hamilton as Arya is amazing. She's also credited as a writer on this movie, which is really cool. As for the story, it is a B movie. I think the story is a little hard to follow in the smaller details. I feel like it's a little hard to follow sometimes. It's not always super clear. Like, what the villain's plan is a little odd. Doesn't really seem like it makes sense, although it's a very short movie, so like maybe I just missed something. But it also could just be that it's a short movie. They didn't explain a whole lot, and that's fine. It honestly doesn't really need it. With these kind of horror movies, you don't really need super details on what's going on. You got the bad guy. He's trying to kill people. That's really all you need to know. In this case, that is Chris Asimo's character, Dr. Fenway, who has hired some demons to lure in our main character, Arya, played by Cassie Hamilton. She's also tagged along with by her friend, Jay, played by Zarif. And they are lured in because at the very beginning of the movie, Jay's boyfriend is murdered by a satanic cult. They find him and they see him be murdered by this cult. But there's not a whole lot they can do. They kind of run away in fear because there's like 8 of them murdering. When they find him, he's already been like stabbed in the stomach. So he's dead. They kind of run away from that because he's already gone. There's no reason to give your own life when you are never going to beat up 8 people with knives and who are murdering someone. But they want to try to catch these people, so they hunt them down. Most of the movie, like 80% of the movie, is just them kind of traveling back to where they were to hunt down the satanic cult and catch them. But along the way, they are stopped by some of the members of the cult, and they beat the shit out of them, and they're all demons, and like one of them spits fire. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. It's a very actiony road trippy kind of movie. I would say this is a little bit more horror feeling than the last movie of hers I watched, T-Blockers, which didn't feel very horror. This does have that. This does feel a lot more horror inspired, mostly because of the demons. And along the way, they pick up Lisa Fanto's character, Nell. They become very close until it turns out that Nell's father is Dr. Fenway, and he's the one trying to kill them, and whatnot ensues. Dr. Fenway is also Arya's doctor. He's the one prescribing her medicine for her transition, and also dating her mother, which we find out through the story. A whole lot going on. It's a little bit of a mess, but it's a fun mess. Also, I don't think it actually matters that much. The plot is kind of serviceable, I would say. What's really makes the movie is the cast, who is doing a fantastic job. Like I said, they're all doing a great job. They are funny when they need to be funny. The action is cool. The effects are bad, but like the good kind of bad, like kind of giving like Buffy TV style effects. Like, it doesn't look good, but it looks good enough and interesting enough that it's fun. Again, this movie was probably made for like $3 and like some pocket lint, so it's whatever. No one's gonna criticize the effects on this or anything like that, or at least I'm not gonna criticize the effects on this. It looks decent, but it's like the fun kind of bad. More importantly, the overall messaging for the movie is good. This is a movie about a trans person made by a trans person, discussing what we would call now the trans panic. And obviously, I mean, the title's like a spitting, like, come on. It's Satanic Panic. The Satanic Panic from the 60s. But today, about trans people, like, this isn't like a hard read here. This is very on the nose obvious. Again, like I said with T-Blockers, it's just very on the nose as far as like what she's trying to say. But that's fine. It works, and it works because the movie is a lot of fun, which that's what matters, and that's really all I have. Like, it's like a short movie, it's a fun movie. If you like B-style horror movies, this will probably work for you. Absolutely worth picking up. Definitely go buy the movie, but if you don't want to buy it for some reason because you are lame, watch it on Shudder. It's fun. It's entertaining. Again, the cast is doing a great job. The plot is serviceable enough to make it through the movie, and it's interesting enough to be enjoyable. The action is fun. It's funny when it needs to be funny. Like, there are a ton of scenes that actually had me laughing, and again, this is a small, this is a 20-year-old's, like, fourth film. This is incredible work being done here. Alice Mae McKay is someone who, in the future, you are going to regret not having the older movies from. You're going to see whatever movie it is that ends up being the massive hit or the massive big-budget breakthrough for her. You're going to see it. You're going to want to see what she had before that. And these are going to be hard to find, and you're going to regret having not picked them up before. Absolutely go do that before that happens. This is the time. Jump into the loop, because she is going to be one of the prominent filmmakers going forward. In the future, she is going to be one of the major filmmakers, in my opinion. She's going to be one of the people you're going to want to pick up every movie that she does, because so far everything that she's done has been fantastic. Thanks for watching. Bye.